This picture of our altar should not be breathing on its own.
Tia Ramira does not trust an altar picture that can vanish with one careless swipe.
If everything becomes a picture on a screen, what happens when the battery dies? It feels like the bridge is listening, but too far away to answer.
Elias sees stories trying to live where nothing can truly stay.
Don Sereno does not like when even music stutters, as if it forgot what sound is.
Abuela Rosita hears fear in these pictures. They are afraid of becoming empty rectangles. Doña Maravilla does not approve of a trend chart that slants downward from the land of the living.
Elias believes a new kind of half-story is leaking into our city. Images with no roots and no altar.
It is too easy to erase a face that took a whole lifetime to live. Elias is calling us like a video chat from the other side.
Tia Ramira promised herself no more surprise journeys, but a promise to protect stories is older than fear. If the bridge is weaker, then Nico Alvarez will walk more carefully, but still walk.
Elias welcomes his living friends again, but this time the danger is not hunger, it is forgetting by convenience.
It looks like someone is streaming memories and then turning the channel before they finish.
Elias has learned that some stories are posted and forgotten in moments, too fast to root in either world.
Doña Maravilla believes these half-remembered, half-deleted fragments.
Elias has named this spreading wound the Shadow Archive, a canyon where almost stories drift with no listeners.
If there is a canyon of lost stories, Nico Alvarez wants to climb down before it swallows any more children.
If my nephew walks into this shadow, Tia Ramira walks with him. No canyon swallows family one piece at a time.
Lumen specializes in tracking stories that think they are too small to be noticed.
It is like sailing on a library that decided to become brave.
Estrellita knows the way until the river bends into the places that feel wrong. So many promises to tell a story that never found a mouth.
These are offerings tossed into a crowd, with no one really listening.
Welcome to the place where stories go when they were never given enough to stand on.
It is like walking through a world full of slight disappointments that never learned how to be heartbreak.
Beauty is not enough if no one remembers why it mattered.
Lumen warns you, this place feeds on exaggeration and on shame hidden behind jokes.
If they keep showing this, the only story left of me will be that fall.
The truth is that Tia Ramira listened badly that day, but has tried to listen better ever since.
The truth is that I fell on that stage, but I got up and played anyway, because my abuelo would have wanted it.
Don Sereno accepts that even legends squeak sometimes. That squeak made the night more human.
Lumen notes that shame shrinks when the whole story is allowed to breathe.
Some of these futures look shiny, but they feel like they scraped off my roots.
Tia Ramira fears a future where no one remembers she ever sang over an altar.
Elias suggests choosing futures not by brightness, but by which ones keep your stories within reach of hands and mouths.
Nico Alvarez chooses to grow out not away.
Lumen believes this will serve later as a lens for a healthier bridge.
Estrelita being erased while it is sentenced.
If this place is trying to thin you out, we will thicken your story on paper. No archive can swallow a story that is both sung and written.
Elias believes this is where the first bridge story between...
Lumen suspects that when people began to rush their stories, Quintero was tangled in threads too thin to stand.
If Quintero has been trapped by unfinished telling,
Then we must finish what was started.
Abuela Rosita will lend her cords as a ladder for the words to climb. Our town is being asked to listen without knowing exactly why, and that is often when the best stories arrive.
Our bridge did not start with magic. It started with one stubborn person refusing to forget.
Elias honors the story of the first dead person who remembered your hill so fiercely that our city heard it like thunder.
It sounds like every throat that ever tried to say, "This mattered," all at once.
Quintero has dreamed half stories and unsent letters for too long.
that's it. Quintero magviefriu.
Tia Ramira releases the fear of being forgotten. She asks only that even if her name fade her,
Nico Alvaro releases the fear that a life close to the hill is too small. He accepts
Quintero is lighter now. But the archive itself still holds too many stranded pieces.
Lumen proposes a window, not to dump these pieces out, but to let listening ears from both sides adopt them into fuller tales.
Elias opens this window so future eyes and ears may catch these fragments and give them homes.
Quintero releases a flock of almost stories into the sky, trusting some will land where they are finally heard.
Estrelita hopes at least one lands in the hands of a child who needed it tonight.
Doña Maravilla recommends we appreciate this therapy session later and run now.
Don Sereno always wanted to headline a landslide.
Abuela Rosita asks the candles to burn brave for a few more seconds.
Elias suggests we let time finish tidying this place without us. Lumen records that the Shadow Archive has been reduced to a gentle attic of loose ends instead of a hungry pit.
It feels like we have been carrying a heavy story uphill.
Doña Maravilla declares that the first night of Shared Legends has arrived ahead of schedule.
Elias proposes that from now on, we trade stories openly with the living, instead of waiting for crises.
Señorita Velasco thinks today's lesson has just changed. Everyone, call your families to the hill tonight.
Tonight, we are not sending posts to nowhere. We are telling stories expecting someone to answer.
Quintero will weave tonight's offerings from both sides into one long, strong thread.
He was not a hero, just my favorite noisy uncle.
Abuela Rosita approves of legends made from spilled soda and crooked throws.
And somewhere on the other side, Estrellita finished that song properly at last.
Estrellita thinks her mother heard it on both sides tonight.
Now Tia Ramira knows that crossing bridges 3 times is not carelessness, it is commitment.
Quintero names this weaving the Bridge of Shared Legends.
Elias believes future crises will still come, but now they will find us already talking.
Lumen is satisfied that this chapter cannot be deleted with any swipe.
Doña Maravilla hereby makes stories the only legal currency between our worlds on festival night.
Abuela Rosita believes this is how a city tucks itself in after a big day.
Elias confesses he feared that one day, his own name would be a footnote no one read.
If these notebooks last, Elias will always have at least one reader in every generation of my family.
Abuelo telling the same joke for the 50th time.
If the machines must hold some stories, at least we can make them hold real ones.
Old ways do not have to fight new tools. They just need to be the ones in charge.
Traditions are alive when they can change clothes without changing bones.
Our stories built this bridge, and as long as we keep telling them, no darkness, no screen, and no forgetting can break it.